Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing my best of basically makeup for 2023. Since we are kind of reaching the end of the year, I wanted to share just some of my favorite products this year. I don't want it to be too much, so I really tried to narrow it down to what I've really been reaching for the most. I do try to keep these with new 2023 releases. Unless I don't have something in that category, then I might include just an old favorite that I constantly reach for. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, if I feel winded or whatever, just out of it today, I am just not feeling great. So I'm trying to push through these videos because yeah, there's only a couple days left in 2023 and I still haven't done these yet. So I'm like, let's go girl, we gotta get these videos going. Anyways, let's start off this video. I want to start out with primer, kind of going in order here with face stuff. So I would say my favorite primer this year was definitely this one from e.l.f. They released their liquid poreless putty primer and I really enjoyed this one. I feel like this actually did keep my makeup on all day. I feel like it's very smoothing, feels nice on the skin. I know they've had their original putty primer, which is in like the balm or whatever. That's supposed to be a dupe for the Natasha. I don't know, I just never really enjoyed that one quite as much, but something about this liquid form is honestly the best to me. I think it performs great. It is drugstore, so it's affordable, easy access. You can find it at, I think, Target, Ulta. Really enjoy how lightweight this is, and again, has great grip, keeps my makeup on all day without being sticky like the Power Grip from them. So I'm a huge fan of that one. For foundations, I picked out a couple that have just been real winners for me that I keep reaching for. I have to go ahead and start with the one I'm wearing. So this one is from NARS. I have mentioned this a few times, but I just feel like this makes the skin look so beautiful. This is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I have the shade Vienna in this one. It's just so pretty on the skin. I do have oily skin, so I don't always go for glowy foundations, but I don't feel like this one is overly glowy. I feel like it looks just natural. It makes the skin look pretty. I always just feel very confident in this one. I get many compliments from you guys even in videos wearing this one because it's just very flattering on the skin. I feel like this shade match is really good as well. So this NARS foundation, I mean, NARS, they are so good with complexion products. I've always loved their foundations, and this one has been a top hit for me. It's nice and I would say lightweight, but it's not like skin tint. It still has coverage, which a girl needs coverage because I don't have perfect skin. I still get acne, I have breakouts, I have redness, so I like a good medium coverage, and this one does the job without feeling heavy, feeling cakey, and it lasts really well on the skin. Another kind of newer one that I've really been enjoying is actually this one from REM Beauty. This was such a surprise for me because typically I don't really have a lot of favorites from this brand, but they did such a good job with this foundation. I think this one has a little more coverage than the NARS does. It's more almost full coverage in a way, but it lasts really well on the skin. It doesn't get too oily. I think this is a really great option for oily skin. If you guys like full coverage and need your makeup to last without getting too greasy, this one was really great. In this one, I wear the shade Light 1N. Let me know if you guys have tried this one. What are your thoughts so far? But you can find their stuff at Ulta. Pretty easily accessible as well. But yeah, that was such a fun surprise favorite for me. So every year, it's like the year of something. Like year of blush, I feel like was last year. And this year, I feel like it was the year of concealer launches and of course, lip products, because brands are always releasing lip products left and right, and I always seem to have the biggest category of lip products. But concealers really were having their moment this year as well, and there was so many good ones. It was so hard to decide, but I wanted to narrow it down to my top two. So the first one, of course, Natasha Denona. This is the High Glam Concealer. I have the shade P2 in this one, so it has a little more pink undertones. I love this. This is really good coverage. If you guys like to cover up dark circles, if you like a fuller coverage concealer, this one is great, but it's full coverage without being dry or cakey. I do also have fine lines under my eyes, and it gets really bad. Like in my inner corners, I get quite a bit of darkness, and I'm always looking tired. So I'm a full coverage girly with concealers, and yeah, this one's really great. So smooth under the eyes, lasts all day. I feel like that's my number one thing with concealers is I hate when they don't last, and I feel like so many fade throughout the day. This one will be on all day, looking flawless. Such a good formula, and I know a lot of you guys have loved this one as well. And then this one is somewhat newer, but the House Labs one. This one really surprised me too, because their foundation for me, it wasn't a love. But I did feel like that foundation had a lot of great skincare ingredients in it, which this concealer does as well. So I feel like it's also kind of benefiting me in a way. And it has the skincare ingredients without being too slippery, too greasy. It stays on so good throughout the day, and it just looks flawless. Like, that skincare must be doing something, because the under eyes are looking great. It doesn't really settle into lines very much either. I feel like it's nice and hydrating, decent coverage too, and it just lasts, which I love. This one I have the shade 03 Fair Rosy. I feel like I got this powder at the beginning of the year, or maybe the end of last year. I can't quite remember, but I had to mention my Givenchy Prism Libre powder. This is the Violet Rosé number 3. Basically, I just call it the rose powder because it has pink and peach undertones to it. This is my favorite under eye setting powder. Your eyes are going to be looking flawless with these concealers and this paired on top of it. This is such a flattering powder for wrinkles under the eyes. It just kind of sets everything and doesn't really settle. It just stays really well. It doesn't look dry under the eyes either, which is so important when it comes to a good under eye powder, because I mean, I love a good mattifying powder, but typically I won't use the same ones under the eyes because I want that area to be bright and more hydrated, because my under eyes can get a little more dry, and you know, you want to use good ingredients under the eyes because they are the most delicate area. So I really enjoy this one. I think it is so smoothing, so flattering, and the color is perfect. I know pink under eye setting powder was such a trend this year, and I had such a hard time finding one for fair skin that actually worked, because so many of them would like actually make my under eyes look darker because the color was darker than my skin tone. But this one has the mixture of the peach. It has actually 4 different shades in it, which made it perfect, kind of like mixing together just to create that perfect shade. So if you're more fair, you're going to love, love, love this color. So I use this every single day. I do not go without it. For setting spray, I did have a favorite this year. This is from Milk Makeup, and they came out with a fun mattifying line this year, which was awesome. And I feel like matte might be more trendy in the new year, because I feel like glowy was so trendy the past few years actually. So I'm excited for maybe more matte products to come out this coming year. But I really love the setting spray out of their line. It is so good. I don't know what it is. It's magical. But this is the Pore Eclipse Matte Setting Spray. With this one, you have to be careful because the top is a little flimsy, and you have to make sure you're scraping it so that this doesn't clog, because I feel like this has like almost a powder finish where it kind of clogs the sprayer. So you want to make sure you kind of scrape that and just gently spray so it doesn't get clogged up, because I had that problem this year and I was like, why is my spray not working? Like, do I already have to buy a new one? Because you know when your spray kind of like starts going all over the place, and like sometimes you get like a shot like in the face and all in one area. That's so annoying. This will literally keep my makeup on all day, and somehow this will keep me matte all day. That's why I feel like it kind of almost has a powder finish to it, and that's why it gets clogged up. But I feel like that's what really kind of mattifies and helps my skin not get super oily. So I use this so much, especially special occasions when I know I need my makeup to last. This is definitely going with me. I even bought a travel size of it just to go with me on every single trip. So yeah, I love the setting spray. It is so good. I found some great cream bronzers this year. I have 3 favorites. I honestly could not narrow it down anymore because these are all so good. So the Rare Beauty, obviously this has been out, so it's not new, but this is a new color that came out this year. So this is the Rare Beauty bronzer stick in Bright Side, and this one is literally the perfect color if you have more fair to light skin tones. I used to use Happy Soul, and that one just never looked right on me, so I never really loved this because I couldn't get a perfect color. But I mean, I love the formula. It blends out amazing. This color is the perfect neutral shade because Happy Soul leans so warm, and yeah, they finally added a little bit more cooler neutral tones to the lineup, and now I've been obsessed. But this is seriously one of the most just easy to blend out, easy to work with bronzing sticks on the market. They're nice and natural, but without like completely wiping away, because again, that's one of my pet peeves, is when you use a very natural cream bronzer but then it kind of blends to nothing on the skin. I still want it to show up, and this one does the trick. It's so good, so definitely check out the shade Bright Side. Now, Tower 28 also launched cream bronzers this year. Well, technically they had a bronzer cream, but it was a very shimmery one. Super warm, not my style. So they actually came out with these more sculpting ones. So they're called the Sculptinos, and I love them, you guys. They really are so good. And I mean, I knew I would love it because I love their cream blush as well. So it has a very similar formula. And these are nice and cool undertones, which is great. This one's even a little warmer than the Rare Beauty one, but I promise this looks very neutral on the skin. These blended out so nice again and still gave you that nice sculpted look for the cheekbones. Easy to work with, never patchy, works well with powders. Such a good formula. And then also Give Beauty kind of killed it for me this year with their cheek products. This is their Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. So this one's nice because it has a cream and a powder, which is always nice if you are more oily, or like even in the summer months where you're a little more, you know, sweaty and your makeup's not maybe lasting quite as long. It's nice to kind of set the creams down with powder to help them last all day. So the fact that this comes with both is just so nice, and the formula is amazing. So I do the cream first. This is in the shade Heatin' Up. Such a nice neutral tone. Again, so easy to work with. And then you do the powder on top. Here's how they look separate, and then let me go ahead and add the powder on top of the cream so you can see. But that just kind of sets everything down, so it's so nice to have just a 2-in-1. And the only downside with this one, I do have some complaints with it, but it's such a good product that I deal with it, is the smell. Smells like old lady powder products, powder makeup. Not a fan of the smell. It's very strong. And the pan sizes, I wish the pan sizes were more, maybe bigger squares. I think that would work a little better so you can really get your brush in, because I do kind of make a mess with this product a lot. But yeah, like I said, I love this so much that I deal with the flaws, even though it's not the perfect scent or the perfect packaging. I love the product inside. You know I'm going to have a lot of favorite blushes. I mean, it's inevitable. The first ones that really impressed me this year, definitely these Too Faced ones. I fell so hard in love with their Cloud Crush blush, especially in Candy Clouds. This pink though, I mean, first of all, the packaging is so dang cute. Too Faced still gets me with their packaging, but I always love a good powder blush. I truly do. And this was such a perfect pink for me when the pink hype was so strong this year. Some of those pink blushes were like too pigmented, and I'm like, I just want something natural but still kind of like brings the pink. I have this on right now. It's perfect. It gives enough color but without being too over the top. It's like the perfect natural powder blushes. So pretty on the skin, blend out easily, they're so soft. So like I said, this one is the Candy Clouds. And this one, oh my gosh, it was so hard to get your hands on earlier this year. It went super viral. Let me just swatch my other ones too. These are newer, so I haven't used them as much, but I also picked up Velvet Crush. You know I love a blush when I buy more than one shade. This is a really nice rose. And then I had to have like a more peachy coral of two, of course, just so I have a little bit of everything. So this one is Tequila Sunset. So those are the 3 shades I have. Love this formula. I feel like with Too Faced, they always have a lot of sales on their website. So I would maybe check there first if you're looking for these. I'll try to link them for you too on the website, because they're always running some type of discount. Another favorite powder blush this year. I know these are expensive, but it's just so luxurious, so pretty. These are the Giorgio Armani blushes, and I really love this color. This is called the Luminous Silk Glow Blush. I have number 51. Again, very luxurious packaging, but this is like the perfect, just like pink. When you think of pink, this is what I want. Instead of like a bright, cool tone pink, this is like nice, rosy pink cheeks. And this formula is so nice. I feel like it has such a soft, smooth kind of texture. I honestly like touching these with the Too Faced, they feel very similar. But here is what that one looks like. It's just a nice mid-tone pink. So pretty. I wore this one so much this year. I love this formula. I want to get more shades, but I just don't know if anything can top that color for me. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions if you guys have any of their shades from them. And then I did want to include one cream blush too. I had more of a cream blush obsession I think last year, but I really liked these from Denona Myrick. She came out with her Yummy Skin blushes. This is in Rose and Brunch. If you guys know me, you know how many times I talk about the Yummy Skin balm powder. This kind of has a similar formula where it has like a balm to almost powder finish. It's really pigmented too, like these are kind of crazy, but I love that for oily skin. I want a little bit more of not a glowy finish, I want like that powder matte finish. So these are perfect to me. Look how pigmented this is. This is Rose in Brunch, such a pretty, again, kind of rosy pink tone. But yeah, these are really great. I definitely recommend them for oily skin, or if you just like really pigmented blushes, which I do most of the time like a lot of pigment. Other times I want to be more just natural, fresh face. Okay, I had to mention this highlighter because I bought this. This came out towards the very end of last year. So usually December products I will include in the very next year because you don't really get to use them a lot in the end of the year, you know? So this one came out the end of 2022? Yeah, 22. This is the Rare Beauty Exhilarate highlighter, and these are just so good. I feel like everyone kind of loved these. I really don't get that excited for highlighter, but these are just so pretty. They are a powder, but they kind of melt to almost this like gel-like feel. They are so soft, so lightweight, just so naturally radiant without being chunky, and they're very flattering, I think, on the skin. And I just have one shade in this one. It's just a nice, just everyday champagne. I do have this one on right now for a little glow. It's such a pretty glow without being over the top, like a stripe of highlight. I'm not really into that super metallic highlight these days, but this is just perfect for day-to-day to add a little glow. So, love the Rare Beauty. I know that these were so hard to get this year too. They were sold out like almost all year, I feel like. Okay, for brows, I kind of just use the same products, but I did find a brow gel that I really like this year. I think this was a this year find. I know it didn't come out this year though, but this is the Too Faced Fluff and Hold Brow Wax. You guys, this is so good. I was using the Patrick Ta before that. The Patrick Ta, it works so well for holding, but I feel like if you touch your brows at all or move anything around, they get very, like, product starts flaking off of them, which I don't really like. Like, the product just starts flaking. This kind of gives you the same amount of hold without being so crunchy where your brows are flaking everywhere. Like, you could still go back in with a brow pencil and, like, if you made a mistake, like, fix it. Really, really love this. It's the best brow gel, and from Too Faced, that is so surprising because I feel like their brow products are never really something people talk about. And I know they came out with a bunch of other stuff like brow pencils, a thickening brow fiber gel, but this is amazing. It even has like a nice little brush and spoolie on top. Such a good brow gel. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, for lashes, honestly, this year was kind of boring for mascaras, so I don't know what was up with that, but I did find a favorite. I do feel like 2024 is going to be huge for mascaras because I've already found a couple that I really love that were drugstore that came out in December, so I'm not going to talk about those, but this was definitely I think the best formula that came out in 2023. This is from Benefit, which, no surprise, they created a bomb mascara because they're kind of experts at brows and mascara. This is the Fan Fest from them, and this is just, it's amazing. I have it on, of course I have a little lash on right now, but I did put this on. It's on my lower lashes too. This gives great length, volume. It has a little curve to it. This is honestly their best one yet, which is saying a lot because I love Roller Lash. I love the, what's it called, Bad Gal Bang as well. This beats them out. It just does everything I want in a mascara, and it does not clump, it does not smear or smudge. It's amazing. So definitely recommend the Benefit Fan Fest. Okay, you guys know lips are always one of my biggest category, and surprisingly I did reach for a lot of the same products, and 2023 was definitely a lip balm kind of year for me, like a tinted lip balm kind of year, and I did grab a few faves. Now, of course, my favorite lip liner is still the Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine. This I just can't stop using. It's amazing. I love the formula. I love the color. I have it on right now. It's the best. I mentioned it last year too. On top of that, for like this fun lipstick, I actually really liked these from YSL. I did get on YSL's PR list this year, so it was really fun to be able to try out more from the brand, and I really fell in love with so many things from them. But this, I just love a good glossy lip, and I really enjoyed their clear balm. This is called the Rouge Volupte Candy Glaze. Just the clear one is what I use the most, honestly. And it's literally like a gloss in a lipstick tube. And it is one of the shiniest lip products I have ever used. It just makes the lips look so plump and so juicy. It just melts right onto the lips. So pretty. And yes, it's expensive. It truly is like the shiniest one out of everything that I've tried. Love it so much. I'm gonna mention this one too. I know Summer Fridays is not new this year, but this color did come out this year, and let me tell you, this lives in my bag. Like, you know, when your makeup products are good, they live in your purse, they live in your car, just so you have it every day when you need a little touch up, because I'm like addicted to applying lip balm. Like, I cannot go anywhere without having something on my lips. Are you guys the same? Because it's kind of an addict. I feel like it's very addicting. I don't know if that's good for you or not, but my lips are definitely hydrated. Like, I never have dry lips, but I'm just addicted to always having something on them. And yeah, this one lives in my bag, especially the pink sugar color. This one's just the perfect neutral light pink. It's almost clear, but it gives like a hint of color. This is kind of what it looks like. Let me get a little bit more, but this one, it smells like vanilla cupcakes. I feel like this one smells like the original and the nude one, but I really fell so hard for this color from them. Love, love, love my Summer Fridays lip balms. But another brand that created some amazing lip balms that I got to try this year is Naturium, and these are actually really like affordable. I think these are 11. I think the Summer Fridays might be 18 or 20, and essentially they do the same thing. I will say I do think the Naturium ones are more pigmented and maybe a hint thicker, but they are really great if you're like, I just don't want to spend $20 on a lip balm. I hear you. These are just as good too, but I do love my Summer Fridays, I can't lie. But here's just a couple of shades I grabbed. They came out with this really nice nude collection this year, and yeah, like I said, these are definitely more pigmented. This one is Latte. I also have a Chai, but yeah, I really love their nude collection. I know Target was selling a few of them. I don't know if they have the new collections, but otherwise they should be available on their site. But yeah, these really are so great for the price as well. And then lastly, these did come out towards the end of the year, but I tried so many lip oils this year, and honestly, e.l.f. really did it for me. Like, they duped the Dior to a T, and you know, e.l.f. is kind of the queen of dupes this year, and yeah, they really did such a good job. I love their lip oils. I also tried this year the NYX ones, the NYX Fat Oil, and I also tried the CoverGirl Yummy glosses, which are basically lip oil, but honestly, e.l.f. beat them. They really did. They're so good. I just grabbed a couple of my favorite shades. I do have all of them because I love them so much. This one is the Red Delicious. This is so pretty if you guys like that more clear hint of reddish pink. So good. These are a nice kind of, they're a thicker lip oil formula, which I like my lip oils thicker, but they're not, I don't think they're sticky at all. And I love this one too if you want just a little more color. These are more on the clear side though. Like, these are just a hint of color. This one is Jam Session, so that's gonna give just a very light hint of like mauve, but I just love these this year. I saw that they just stocked these up at Target too, so run and go get you some. I saw that their blushes, the camo blushes that they just came out with, are already selling out at Target, which is nuts. e.l.f. is just always going viral, I feel like, but they create some really good stuff at affordable prices, and that's why the majority of my drugstore favorites are from e.l.f. this year. I feel like I tried a lot of very mediocre drugstore makeup this year, so that's why I didn't really feature very many in this video, but I feel like next year is going to have some really good stuff. But anyways, that is it for my best of makeup 2023. I am filming a palettes video too, so I don't know if the palettes one is going to be, I don't know when that's gonna be up. Hopefully this week. But I'm gonna do that separate, just sharing my top 10 palettes, which is so hard to choose because there has been some really good ones this year. But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know what your favorite makeup of the year was. Let me know also like some of your favorite drugstore products, because again, like I said, it was very mediocre for me, but I'm curious what you guys liked. So please let me know down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.